off-the-wall question. Who did the catering when you were with Oasis there?
I did.
You did? Okay.
We wouldn't. It was a very difficult situation because nobody knew where they were. I didn't advertise as a studio at all. Nobody knew that what was it'd be very, very private. And we did try to bring caterers in, but it
didn't work.
It didn't work.
No.
They just got so awestruck.
Yeah.
Starstruck, and it was a nightmare. So I thought,
I
went and took a cookery course. I went and spent. Honestly, I did. I went and I went away for a week, and because I was, women. When you bring up kids, you cook anyway. And my mother was a good cook, and
I love to cook.
I love to cook.
God knows what year it was. I suppose it was in the 90s, but the Stones recorded at our house in Ireland. And Ronnie had a studio there, and so Keith stayed with us. Charlie was just down the road. Mick wouldn't stay with us, but so it was just so I had a house full every day.
Yes,
and they
every
all recorded,
day.
and then I'd do dinner at night. And make great big shepherd's pies and chicken pies and salads and.
But it's interesting going back to the outsourcing.
Just like
exactly.
Yeah, but going back to the outsourcing thing, where we agreed, you outsource when you either don't have the skills or don't have the desire. But actually, from the catering perspective, there you did outsource it. It didn't work for whatever reason. They got starstruck, whatever.
Yes.
So then you went away and you got the skills.
Yes.
And you.
See, we also tried with having caterers, but I didn't like the food because of being an organic person. I didn't like what they were cooking, and I wanted to give them really good organic food.
Yes.
So they could stay up all night.
Tell us about smuggling potatoes into America, was it?
No, I grew lots of potatoes in Ireland, and one year when we were on tour, and I couldn't bear to leave them.
Yes.
So I packed them in a suitcase and took them to Paris.
That's got to go in.
Absolutely.
And I had a great big catering. I had a great big bowl like this, and I put a big note, Joe's organic potatoes, and they all went. Everybody.
How amazing.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Flying a suitcase of potatoes around
And
the
how
world.
long ago
You
was
see
that?
how determined we are. This is the thing.
Yeah.
I never say no to anything. I'll always look at something and think, oh, okay, well maybe.
I'll have
And
a
if
go.
there's any obstacles, I'll just find my way around them.
You do, don't you? When you
I won't
really
give up.
want something and have a passion for something, you find a way. Yeah.
But equally, if something isn't working, and I think this is a very valid point to make within business, you can nurture things and perhaps it's not the right thing. And I think if you give it a fair shot, you also have to know when to call it a day. And I think
when to
call it
call it
a day.
Right, I see. A good business decision is not to go into that business or
not to pursue something that is So
The best part about banging your head on a brick wall is when you stop.
Yeah, I was interested to know what either of you has started and then realised it's not going to work. Have you had that, as they say, the little ingredient of failure makes you a success? What have you pulled the plugs on in the past? Anything?
Well, for me, I think it's the realisation. I am a true believer in if something comes easy to you, that's what you're good at, and that's what you should pursue and do. Anything that you find a real challenge is perhaps not your best strength, and perhaps you'll always struggle in it. That's my theory.
I think that's very wise.
Well, for me, I think, when I got my divorce, part of my divorce, because Ronnie was half of my organics company, I had his lawyers made me put it into liquidation. So I bought back my stock and was selling it through my office. And so now I'm keep my fingers crossed, I'm just about to get a licensing deal to do my new perfume. So it's all starting to again. But I still have product left, but it's running right down now. So now is the right time for me to be creating and doing my new one. But I mean, I was more heartbroken about that company stopping than I was about my divorce in the end.
In the end.
In the end.
In the end.
I just want to add in that your choice of music, Suzanne, obviously then is by Oasis, Don't Look Back in Anger.
Yes.
Was that recorded?
No, it wasn't recorded with us.
Right. Okay.
Well, that was the
I think a lot of the time that Oasis spent up there was rehearsing, writing, doing the demo side of it, and then they'd need a much larger facility than we had
Right.
to record there.
What particularly then attracts you to Don't Look Back in Anger? Other than it's a really famous one from Oasis. It's one of their.
It's a very powerful song, and Noel is a very good songwriter.
Right.
There's no doubt about it. It's one of my favourite tunes.